redemption in the silence of my soul. Broken pieces mended, you are making me whole. Just a quiet word and the static clears away. Finding beauty in the things I never thought I'd say.
The Boy Who Stopped Speaking. A milk child's trauma finds release through art, and silence becomes power. Welcome to Whispers of Redemption, the podcast where we explore the quiet space where brokenness begins to mend and where silence is not emptiness but power. I am your host, Chris Ifeoluwakunle Oyedoku. And today's story is a tender reminder that healing doesn't always begin with words. Sometimes it begins in silence. This episode is dedicated to the children held against their will in captivity in the forest. You will come out of this trauma and your light will break forth. He was only 6 years old when he stopped speaking. No one really knew what happened. There were whispers of a fire, of screaming in the night, of a house that smelled like fear and ash. But what we do know is that after that day, he didn't say a word. Not to his mother, not to his teachers, not even to himself. Doctors called it selective mutism. Others called it trauma. But for the boy, it was simpler than that. Words had become too dangerous. To help us understand what was going on beneath the surface, trauma therapist Dr. Elena Reyes, who specializes in childhood trauma and creative recovery, said, when children experience trauma, they often lose access to language, not because they are unwilling, but because their nervous system is overwhelmed. Silence becomes their way of protecting themselves. It's not deviance, it's survival. And for some kids, finding alternative ways to express themselves is the only way forward. He lived in a world without words. He watched more than he played. He listened more than he was ever listened to. People gave up on him. He became invincible. Until one day, a substitute art teacher changed everything. She didn't ask him questions. She didn't try to make him speak. She just handed him a box of oil pastels and said, "Draw how you feel, even if you don't know what that is." He hesitated. Then slowly, he picked up the black pastel and he started. What that teacher did was powerful. She gave him permission to create without having to explain. And that's crucial in trauma healing. Art allows a child to externalize what they can't yet verbalize. Every color, shape, or line becomes a language. The boy didn't know it, but he was speaking. In swirls, in chaotic lines, in dark, jagged strokes that said more than any word could. He filled page after page. And the art teacher, she listened, not with her ears, but with her eyes. Weeks passed. The black faded. Blues crept in. Then green, orange, yellow. One day, he drew a picture of a house, curtains blowing in the wind, a small boy in the yard with arms lifted toward the sky. At the bottom, in shaking letters, he wrote, "This is where my voice went." The teacher wept. He didn't need to speak. he already had. That's not just art. That's integration. That's the brain and heart reconnecting. When a child can name their pain, even through imagery, it means healing has begun. He never became a loud kid, but his silence no longer felt like fear. It became strength. He became the boy who painted what everyone else was too afraid to say. His classmates stopped trying to make him talk and started asking him to help them draw. His silence became his power. Not all healing comes through words. Some comes through color, through stillness, through being seen without being pushed. And maybe the loudest breakthroughs often happen in the quietest moments. So if you or someone you love has stopped speaking, metaphorically or literally, don't rush the silence. Sit in it, honor it, and trust that when they are ready, they will find a way to say what needs to be said, even if it's through a paintbrush. Thank you for listening to Whispers of Redemption. If this story moved you, I encourage you to share it with someone who may need this reminder that silence is not weakness. It's often the space where deep healing begins. Make sure you subscribe and leave a review if this episode meant something to you. Also, look out every Friday for fresh episodes. I am Chris Ifeoluwakunle Oyedokun, and until next time, keep listening to what the silence is trying to say.
Whispers of redemption in the silence of my soul. Broken pieces mended, you are making me whole. Just a quiet word and the static clears away. Finding beauty in the things I never thought I'd say.